guys, thanks for watching. I just wanted to put up a quick and dirty glitter ombre manicure for you. Features some hand filing, some ombre techniques. I use the sprinkle method, and it's featuring ManiMogul products. Hope you enjoy. Okay, here I'm using the pour over method. I am doing a base of the coconut milk jelly. I'm using my dotting tool to clean up the sides here. You can see that. Trying to get the camera to focus better. Using my Sparkle & Co. base coat because I was kind of in a rush and I had already contaminated it, so I thought this would just be the easiest. It's one of my swatching base coats. I had a little bit of stickage with my cuticle, so I used my dotting tool here to loosen it up. Going in to do my pinky, and I am again going to do the pour over method. I am pouring into the cap that belongs to the color I'm using, and I'll continue to do that as I'm sprinkling. I will take my sprinkle brush and I will go over each of the caps. It's not as easy to contaminate a glitter dip. Glitters are less easy to contaminate than solids, and the coconut jelly is a translucent powder, no shimmer and no glitter, so I wanted to keep it as clean as possible. I'm using my dotting tool to go ahead and clean up my free edge again, or my sidewalls rather. I find that you need to clean those sidewalls and clean the excess powder every time you dip to ensure that you get a clean dip and you do not get lifting. Sidewall lifting is definitely caused by product and oily nail beds, so you really want to make sure that you dehydrate them really well and you clean up any excess product while you're dipping. I took the file and I did some pre-file before solidifying or activating because I knew I had a chunk that had stuck and I wanted to make sure I cleaned up that edge before I went ahead and activated the product. I decided to go ahead and play with some coverage options here. I wasn't totally happy with how much of the glitter I was getting on some of my nails, so I went and tried to dip my thumb, and I did get it. Actually, my thumb's my favorite, and I'm not sure what I did differently for my thumb because I went and did this for my pinky as well, and it was much too solid on my pinky. So I went and I redid that off camera. I filed it down and I re-dipped one layer, and it's much better. So sometimes you just have to play around with the product to try to figure it out, and sometimes it won't even be the same from nail to nail. So, but I like it. I ended up really liking working with this product. This is the coconut jelly by ManiMoguls and the Shimmy Pop, sugar Shimmy Pop. And they're lovely products. I slowed down filing here to try to give a good view of kind of what I do with my hand file. I actually didn't need my e-file for this at all. I was able to accomplish all of this with my hand file. As I'm sure everybody has mentioned before, with a brand new file, you want to prep the edge by filing all of the sides with another file to go ahead and dull it down a little bit so you don't get nicks or cuts from friction in your sidewalls or at your cuticles. So that's what you're going to see here. I'm using a Makartt 100-180 grit here to take down my sidewalls and get the bulk taken care of there. Then I will finish with a 180 200 or 200 240 sponge buffer or sponge file essentially to shape the top and finish file everything. After my first pass of bulk filing and shaping, I will solidify again. I find occasionally it will be a little chunky, a little gooey still if I don't go ahead and activate after that first round of filing. And I may actually end up activating 2 or 3 times through the process based on how I feel the product's reacting and the amount of hardness or softness, squishiness I'm seeing while I'm filing. Gonna clean my nails with 99% alcohol. I've gone ahead and put that in my little spray bottle here. I'm putting it on a lint-free wipe. I'm cleaning up the filing dust and the extra dip powder from my nails. I'm not the neatest worker, so it tends to end up everywhere. That's why I bought a mini desk vacuum. I'll have to show that off one of these days. I'm going to be using the ManiMogul No Cleanse Top Coat here. It's my first time. And whew, am I impressed. I go ahead and I add in sort of a quick review at the end of this video, kind of going over how I feel about the product. I went off screen, I did some curing, I washed my hands. I am impressed with this No Cleanse Top Coat. It's nice and thin. It is super shiny, like super shiny. That's one coat. And I haven't even put cuticle oil on yet. Like that is pretty. This was all ManiMogul product, except for the base coats, because I was using my throwaway glitter coats that I have, or glitter base. Since I was working with the glitter, I used the No Cleanse Top Coat. I used Sugar Shimmy Pop, which is the translucent, maybe like kind of white glitter. And I used the coconut jelly because while I was swatching it, I had been messing around with creating gradients, and I liked what it provided in terms of like masking my fill versus, you know, like adding color. I was really just looking for a very mellow manicure in case I decided to go in with any of my new rhinestones. I'm not sure they're gonna go together now. Maybe the bright blue. I'll probably play around with that a little bit later. But I just really wanted to have kind of a low-key base. I do plan on doing a similar look over here, maybe with grape milk and the lavender version. We'll see. This one's a little more pigmented, so it's not going to be as seamless of a ombre while I do it, so we'll see. If I don't do that, I was considering the the grape milk jelly with the coconut. I did some runs of that while I was swatching. I swatched a few of the colors that I was thinking about working with today, not all of them. Ouch. So let me see. They slid under the light, because cool. All right. So this was the grape milk that I swatched. I swatched it with the clear on top. I had so little like difficulty working with these powders that I didn't clear cap this manicure. You might have noticed that. But I also had put together, so this is sort of clear and no clear. This is using ManiMogul's clear. I didn't use it here, and I did use it here. So you can kind of see a little bit of a cloudiness. you know, that might work to my advantage if I wanted to deepen the color a little bit for when I do the ombre. But if I want it to really be translucent, I might skip that clear coat. Here is what made me decide to do the ombre that I picked. This is coconut milk and sugar Shimmy Pop. After I swatched them, I was like, yes, please get on my finger. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to do it full. I almost went there on my ring finger. I really almost did, and you know, I might still, I might just use these colors again on this hand instead of doing, excuse the war wound, I am still recovering from surgery. But again, final review on these colors at least. I enjoyed working with them. They were thin. That top coat is money, like one coat. I cured it for 90 seconds and it's gorgeous. Like, I'm so happy with it. It was nice and thin, and that's glass. Like, sometimes the no wipe top coats you get can be a little thick or even maybe a little rubbery, and those are probably better for chroming. But man, that shine, whew, I'm speechless. I am speechless. So ManiMoguls, I will be keeping an eye on your shop. I bought a pretty big haul this time that I still haven't swatched. These are the colors I picked up. She was kind enough to provide swatch sticks, which somehow I managed to run out of, probably because I swatched the clear because I wanted to see what that would look like. It's going to be a great base clear. I don't think it's going to replace my glitter topper, but it is a great base clear, which, you know, I went and actually tried a natural today over here. So, you know, it blurs the fill a little bit. That's my war wound. These broke. That's the first time I clipped it back and the second time I clipped it back. Still working on my fill skills. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah. So, you know, I covered it up a little bit. I'm using Double Dipp's So Berry Sweet as my cuticle oil. Like I said, this was not even with the cuticle oil on yet. I used a peely base coat from Simply Nailogical, which came off on my other hand. Sometimes that happens when you're not careful or if you do it too far ahead. But here we go. Man, I'm not normally like this simple of a manicure person, but this is pretty. Can't wait to take some pictures. It's getting ready to storm, I think, outside. I'm not really sure. It's like windy and kind of gray, so it might take a bit, but I'm in love. I'm very happy to try this brand. First time, but I am a happy customer. Like I said, she included swatch sticks. These are the colors I picked up. I only swatched from here over. I haven't swatched these yet because I wasn't going to work with them today. So those are swatched. These are unswatched. And I did swatch the strawberry and the Above the Clouds. My bad. Okay, there we go. That's better. This side swatched, this side unswatched. I want to look at those before I post pictures. We have the Lava Little Shimmy Pop, which is translucent. You can kind of see the text through it. It is so much shine. I almost did a whole hand of that, and I still might. Like, that's kind of what I was looking at, maybe pairing with the grape jelly, like I said. Again, we have the grape jelly with no clear coat, clear dip added. It's sheer. It's actually, to me, it reads a little more pink, but not enough to send me running because I'm not really a pink fan. This is Strawberry Milk, which is pretty warm. It's a pretty warm pink. It isn't bad. I got this for my teenager. She is Latina mix and her skin tone is darker. And this is going to really complement that, I think, and look really nice. We were talking about doing some of the encapsulated butterflies with this. So she'll be happy. I'm happy. It applied so smoothly. Like, I've had no issues with any of these. Here is the original Sugar Shimmy Pop. It's so pretty. Sometimes it's just a glitter day, you know? It's just so ethereal, so pretty. It's kind of what I thought I might get from Above the Clouds. I'm actually gonna re-swatch this because I'm not entirely sure the way it came out was how it should look. Again, I used a clear top coat, and I think I want to see it without, because sometimes when I'm working with different glitters, I won't use a clear topper because I know I'm going to use a good thick clear gel top coat. That's just for me. That's how I like to do my glitters very frequently. But as you can see, it's got a little cloudiness and almost looks like bubbles. So I don't know if that was from the glitter dip or when I did the clear. So I kind of want to play around with that a little more before I pass judgment. So it was Above the Clouds. And that's it for this section. I'm going to probably film a mail haul later. I got a bunch in. I went for the ManiMoguls because it was a brand I hadn't tried yet, and I knew I wanted to go ahead and do a manicure today, or at least part of one. We'll see if I get to the other side. Ugh, I got glitter on that. This is my rhinestone picker-upper stabby tool. I also used it for cleaning. It worked really well, actually. I really liked how this one got into my sidewalls. So probably a good sized dotting tool to use. So if you could find something similar, it was really good for cleaning up the sidewalls as I went through. Like, I had to do barely any filing. I thought I would need my e-file, and I didn't. I just was able to manually file, and I'm really happy with it. So, there we go. Thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Bye.